Skip it up and that up. Before I talk about Nintendo, I never in my life thought putting up a minute and a half video that was simply to test footage to see if Sony's throwing around copyright claims for The Last of Us would cause so much controversy. One, towards me, people are like, oh my god, he sucks at this game, which, whatever, you think I suck, I don't care. He's not playing it right, he's not playing it like it's stealth. Okay, great. Which that was, it's just funny to me how people are concerned about how I play games, but anyway. Then it was going into, it was a money grab because there's no news stories and people are fighting with each other over, if the game... People are mad at me on top of it too, let me say this first, that I don't think it's like the best game ever made. It's like, I saw the comments, I got home late today and I was like, my head hurts. It's just a minute and a half of footage just to test something and I left it up. That's it. That's all it is. There's nothing else to it. No conspiracies here. It's a minute and a half of gameplay footage to see if Sony was flagging anything with The Last of Us. That's all. Move along, people. Nothing to see here. Not everyone was doing it, but there was a few people. Anyway. So you want me to talk about Nintendo. You want me to talk about E3 2013 and what Nintendo had to offer. I've gotten everything even close to death threats because people wanted me to talk about this. I hear you. Heard you loud and clear. I was going to wait until, later today, but tomorrow, whatever. But here it is. We're going to talk about Nintendo. I'm going to tell you what I thought about Nintendo's E3 2013. They didn't have a press conference. I guess you could say presence. I mean, they kind of had a conference, but it wasn't like a full-out one, which they should have had. Anyway, let's get into the highlights. The first thing they talk about was Pokemon X and Y get a release date, and that is October 12th. I could care less about Pokemon. It's coming to the 3DS. Joy. Never played Pokemon when I was young. Don't play Pokemon now. Never will. I'm not saying it's a bad series. If you do, if you're my age and you do, I don't look down on you. I have no problem with it. Just I have zero interest in Pokemon. Pikachu, I choose you. Anyway, I'm out of it right now. Anyway, moving on. Super Mario 3D World. This I was interested in. They said the game is coming December 2013. And the gameplay looked good. It looked like a HD version of, Super Mario 3D Land for the 3DS. He's going to have a cat suit where he can climb up walls. Cat Mario, excuse me. Yes, I say Mario. I'm going to buy it. I like the Mario games. I think it's going to be fantastic. I think it's going to play well on the Wii U. Yeah, that was a good one. That was pretty cool. Moving on. Mario Kart 8. They're going to have the whole anti-gravity thing. This is coming out in spring 2014, but you know what? This game finally looks next-gen on the Wii U. It looks gorgeous. The gameplay footage I was watching, I wish I could show it here, but I'm also hearing Nintendo's not being too friendly with people using gameplay footage, even though I'm once again in my full legal right to do so. But there's videos all over. You could check them out. The game looks amazing. The graphics look amazing. And it looks next gen. They're really pushing the Wii U hardware. Finally, other people need to do it as well. Other developers need to push the Wii U hardware. It may not be as capable as the PS4 and Xbox One, but it's definitely still a capable little console, and this showed that off. I am looking forward to Mario Kart 8. I do enjoy that series, even though sometimes when it pisses me off when you're in first place and someone throws a green shell at you, and then you go into last place and lose right at the last second. Yeah, that made me rage in the past. Moving on. Wii Party U, Wii Fit U both get delayed. Show of hands here. Who gives a flying crap about either of those games? Maybe some people do about Wii Party U. But I don't. I could care less about them, and I have a good feeling that 98% of my Review Tech USA audience doesn't care either. Moving on. Art Academy, coming out this summer. Yeah, hey, it's like Mario Paint for 2013. Yeah, Art Academy, joy. Then they showed a third-party reel, and kind of knew about most of the games on here. I mean, okay, they condensed them all together, and they're trying to show investors that they're going to have third-party support. Which, okay, I get it, and they kind of do, but it could be beefier. They could have better third-party support. We all know that. Even if you're a diehard Nintendo fanboy, you got to be real with me, man. You gotta say they could have better third-party support. But here are the games that they showed. We know virtually all of them: Assassin's Creed 4, Batman: Arkham Origins, and they showed the 3DS version. Excuse me, Deus Ex: Human Revolution Director's Cut. Yay, again, another port for the Wii U from a game that was out over a year ago, and then they're going to complain that it doesn't sell well, and then they're going to say they're not going to support the Wii U. Hold on, I got to stop and go on a rant here a second. I want to make a full video about this, but I have to talk about this. To all you developers out there and publishers who bring these games to the Wii U that you could have gotten either on the PC, 360, or PS3 like a year and a half ago, do you really expect them, I don't care what bells and whistles you add, do you really expect them to sell well? Do you expect a game that someone, if they really were a fan of the game, would have purchased for another console or the PC a year ago? Do you think they're going to I'm just going to go buy it for the Wii U again and it's going to sell 5 million units? Do you really think that your game's going to sell well when it's an old game, remastered graphics or not? Please tell me that you don't, that you're not that stupid. But apparently developers are, and they're basing if they're going to support the Wii U by porting old games to it. Like Sniper Elite V2, the GIMPed version, which has none of the features that the PC, PS3, and 360 version have. You put out a GIMPed game and are saying, oh, it uses the CryEngine 3, so it's going to look better so people will buy it. Stop with these ports. It needs new third-party titles. Stop testing the water with games that no one gives a crap about anymore. Okay, I'm done. Disney Infinity, Just Dance 2014, Rayman Legends, Scribblenauts Unmasked, yay. Disney Planes, Shin Megami Tensei 4, Skylanders Swap Force, Splinter Cell Blacklist. Once again, that's a badass game, but we knew about it already. Sonic Lost World and Watch Dogs. We knew about a lot of those, man. But hey, it's showing third-party support is there. Just not as much as it should be. eShop games. They showed Ballpoint Universe, Cloudberry Kingdom, Coaster Crazy Deluxe, DuckTales Remastered. That one I'm looking forward to. I'm still a fan of the NES game. And, I know it's a cash grab by Capcom, but if it's good and they do a good job with the visuals and everything, I'll be happy with it. Dungeons and Dragons, Chronicles of Mysteria, Mutant Mudds Deluxe. I'm subscribed to the developers, one of the developers of that game, his channel, and gameplay looks pretty good. It looks intuitive. I should try that game out. I should give that a whirl. Oddworld, new and tasty. Scram Kitty, actually Oddworld I'm looking forward to too. Scram Kitty and his buddies on rails, Shovel Knight, Spin the Bottle, Bumpy's Party, and A World of Keflings with Mies. Okay, Oddworld, that one I'm looking forward to, and DuckTales I'm looking forward to. Those, but everything else was kind of, I looked at video footage, it was meh. The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker HD. I don't really understand why they picked this one. You know what game I would have loved to seen, and people were saying it in the comments under Nintendo's video when I saw the Wind Waker HD? Why didn't you remaster like a full remaster with really 2013 graphics, like the Ocarina of Time or something like that? Like, I know it was just on the 3DS, but if they actually like fully upgraded that and like did a true remaster of it and made it with next gen visuals, that would have been badass. I mean, the Wind Waker is a good game. I'm probably going to buy it. I'm not going to lie, but I would have been more excited about that. But it looks good. They upgraded some of the features too. Not a bad thing. I'm not saying it's a bad thing what they're doing, but I think they could have picked a better game to remaster than the Wind Waker. That's just me. The Wonderful 101. I need to understand this more. I know it has like 5-player co-op. They're going to have in-game purchases, which, interesting that Nintendo's doing that. I got to look more into that. It looks okay. Don't know if it's actually my cup of tea. I have a feeling it's not going to be. But it's an interesting. It looks like it's going to be a unique experience. And that's one thing you got to give Nintendo credit for, man, is they're willing to, try something new more than other hardware and software companies. But We'll see about that one. The Wonderful 101 was something else they talked about. Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze is another Donkey Kong Country game coming to the Wii U. Gonna have HD graphics. They kind of have, funky, unique camera angles where the camera kind of rotates 360 degrees. It's still 2.5D, but they kind of, when you're going in a barrel, the camera will rotate one way, then rotate another way, then rotate one way. Yeah, I like Donkey Kong Country. I'll probably buy this. Looks like a good game. I mean, I've been a fan of the Donkey Kong Country series since the first one for the Super Nintendo. God, I love the hell out of that game. So this one's going to be a cool one too. It's coming out in November. So hey, the 2013 release. Good. Nintendo, bring the game. There's a lot of these games are coming out in 2014, which is kind of disappointing. But this one's coming out in 2013 too. Come on, Nintendo, get those games out there. People need games. They're going to need a reason to buy our console, and games are sure as hell a good reason to buy a video game system. So, and one of the key reasons that I bought a Wii U, Bayonetta 2, looks good. I got to agree with Black Bond, is that it doesn't look like anything that couldn't be done on the 360 and PS3. But hey, Nintendo got a good exclusive, even if the graphics aren't super next gen. I love the original Bayonetta. I'm looking forward to this game, and it's going to launch in 2014, which sucks, but I will be more than patient. I'll wait, and that's going to be a day one buy for me. I love Bayonetta, and it looks like it's going to be a kick-ass game. Good for Nintendo to have a good exclusive like that. Then they show that game X, which is being developed by Monolith Studios, and I'm not an RPG guy, but the visuals look gorgeous. It may be something I'm tempted to buy if it keeps on continuing to impress. We'll have to wait and see. Not my cup of tea usually, but I think I may have to give this one a chance. I heard Xenoblade for the Wii was really good. I may want to pick that up too, just to try it for the hell of it, maybe see where Monolith is coming from. But good looking game. It looks like they're really pushing the Wii U hardware. I hope more games continue to push the Wii U hardware so people realize how capable the system is. So after all is said and done, how did I feel about Nintendo's E3 2013 presence? They technically didn't have an official press conference, so we'll say presence, like I said at the beginning of the video. Well, it wasn't bad. They've had much worse. I think it was 2010 or maybe 2009 where they had Reggie and that other idiot up on stage dancing around like idiots, embarrassing themselves. That was a bad press conference. That was a bad E3 showing. This was by far not bad at all, but they needed more surprises, man. Where were the surprises? What I want to see Nintendo do, I still have faith in the Wii U. I still think in the end, especially now with the debacle that is known as the Xbox One, I still think that the Wii U is going to do okay sales-wise, and it's going to end up being a moneymaker for them. But I'd love to see Nintendo come out with a first-party title that is mature, that offers something. I'm not talking a first-person shooter. I'm not talking something typical. I'm talking something that really caters to the gamers that are now adults my age, because we were the one. It's funny, as I get older, the demographic seems to get older with gaming too. My age grew up with Nintendo, and now gaming is a form of entertainment to us. It's not something that young kids do and creepy old pedos do. It's something that, the general masses play video games for entertainment, just like they watch movies. And I want to see that game come from Nintendo. That's not a Mario game. That's not a Zelda. Something that really catches that audience that grew up with them. I'm a fan of pretty much everything Nintendo puts out there, minus Pokemon, like I said before. But I really think that they could use a new IP. I think that would have made Nintendo kill it this year. Two things. I hate to say it, I would like to see, especially now that the PS4 is only going to be $399, I think that they should make the Wii U Deluxe bundle be the only bundle they have and make that $299. Maybe even like $279. Take a little bit of an L on that, Nintendo, and entice people to say, I really hate the Xbox One right now. I'm not liking all the policies they have. Maybe I'll pick up a PS4 and, oh yeah, that Mario game, that Super Mario 3D World's coming out in December. I'll pick that up. You get a Wii U as well. I'm telling you it would work. I'm telling you. I know you don't want to take the loss in the system. You're already taking a little bit of a loss to begin with, but if you shave off a couple bucks, just make there only be one bundle. You know, it will confuse the general consumer less, and it would entice people to buy a Wii U more. I'm telling you, I still have faith in you, Nintendo. I think you could pull through and make the Wii U be a winner. That's my take on it, and that's how I feel about Nintendo's presence at E3 2013. Oh yeah, Nintendo next year, please have an actual press conference. I'm begging you. You buttholes. Anyway, folks, make sure to rate, comment, favorite, and subscribe. And if you have an interesting news story you would like me to discuss, private message me with a link via YouTube. And if I use your news article, I will give you a shout out in the video and feature your YouTube channel in the description. Have a good one.